So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to? He definitely seems a lot more focused, as opposed to the whole from before. Mr. Pham, or should I say Bonnie too? These are your fingerprints, aren't they? Enough of this foolishness. One person could not possibly be true. These fingerprints could have been left not only during the show, but
Objection!
It's not like you to lose your cool like that, Prosecutor said Maddie. And I'm sure you know that. Exactly when the fingerprints were made is not the main issue.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice?
The issue is, who do these unknown prints belong to? They're certainly not Bonnie the Pham's. What if they belong to the person standing right in front of us?
Oh, you mean Bonnie 2 is the second Bonnie? Is that what you're implying?
Preposterous to suggest that those prints belong to the witness. I say they must belong to some other unknown individual. Prosecutor said Maddie, can you really look at her and still say that? What are you looking at? Take a picture and last longer. How could this be? We check our prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set. Well, Bonnie, the prints that don't belong to you belong to you, don't they, Bonnie too?
Witness, is what the defense has said true? And does that mean you aren't Bonnie the Pham? What? Ridiculous. Are there really two Bonnies?
Nope, there's only one Bonnie. That's because... What? Sorry if you can hear that, I've got the fan.
What an amazing trick! The witness is suddenly split into two people.
That's how the teleportation trick works. Yeah, cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it. And the sharp-tongued Bonnie we saw in the ratings last year on the stage was... Oh, it's starting to make sense now. In addition to prints from the victim and Bonnie, Betty the Pham's fingerprints were found on the top.
So, Mr. Justice, this changes the facts of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it?
Then yes, in the show it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time, so Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime. But Betty, on the other hand, who was on the stage, did have the opportunity.
Well, so we now have two suspects.
Wait just a minute there, Lobster Boy. I didn't do it. That's right, Betty might have a foul mouth, but she'd never kill anyone. Hey, who's got a foul mouth here? Oh, well, speak up, huh? Hold it! Definitely getting Hibiki and Kanade flashbacks from these two. Betty, you must have been in the understage passage during the show. Otherwise, you would have known about the stage lifts being moved. So what exactly were you doing down there?
Prosecutor Salmari? Betty the femme is ready to testify. What do you say?
Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother. You will indeed. However, it won't be after your death. However, I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil in interrogation hell.
Now then, Betty the femme, please explain to this court what exactly you were doing on the stage.
It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we prepared for it. Well, now it's certainly different.
Oh my, she's floating!
Your Honor? You can see she's being held up from below.
Now then, the defense will begin its cross-examination. went down the stage passage, which, need I remind you, was a crime scene, then you most certainly should be counted as a potential suspect. You, by your own admission, hate Miss Wright. When she was arrested as a suspect, you say it was what she deserved. So you believe the witness killed a man simply due to a dislike of Trucy Wright? As a motive, is that not improbable at best? What if her hatred caused her to bear a strong sense of malice against my client? Look, Tracy just being mad, that's all. I mean, even though she's younger than me, she's got so much skill on picking up. And she, besides, she's some... So was it just simple jealousy? Bonnie? We're trying to get Betty's testimony right now, so... You can step down if you like. There's a better way about Mount Betty constantly blowing her top as well as Bonnie too. So Betty, you were down on the stage getting ready for the fire trick, weren't you? And you were taking every necessary precaution, is that right? Of course. Every precaution. After all, it's a very dangerous trick that you'll find. We have to be ready in case there's a curtain caught on fire or something, right? Sometimes people realize that the party out to make continue. If by people you mean Athena Sykes, then yes. Wow, a fire trick! That sounds really impressive! Oh god, she's going into Canali mode. A cue ball? Betty, don't be rude to the judge. Betty, you know what fire trick? Definitely again, Hibiki Canali vibes from these two.
Hold it!
Do the fire trick was a part of the script. Seems Mr. Reyes was scheduled to perform it later in the show. Did you not get to see him practice it beforehand? Wait, let me get this straight. He couldn't breathe fire because he wasn't feeling well. So it was just a part of his usual debate, Mr. Reyes shtick. So what exactly do you mean by you're gonna give it away? Yes, well, if you were preparing for the next magic trick, sure you wouldn't have had the time to commit murder. What did we discuss about in the monologue, Sophina? just trying to cover for Betty. No, of course not. I believe in my sister. What do you think my client would? Sure, that's funny. Bonnie, Bunny Rabbit, the fame, and Betty being a bat. What do you think my client would? Well, we just ran out of suspects in that case. Yep, definite Kanade and Hibiki vibes. Oh boy. It's impossible to get anything out of Bonnie with Betty right now.
Objection!
Didn't think so.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Damn it, so gone worked out. What's this one?
Objection!
My two brain cells seem to be inconsistent with each other then. Save.
Objection! Objection!
Okay, that took longer than expected. I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as the one in that floating trick you did earlier. No one except me, you mean? No, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's this about a flaw in the testimony? The script has this to say about the fire truck. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage except for a layer of dust. Betty the femme, you'll explain yourself. Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick is because she's afraid of fire. Nah, nothing. I knew the show wouldn't go on. You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and that the show would then be cancelled.
Objection!
Whatever, they can go back. Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already.
Objection!
You have been chasing the shadow of an illusory culprit before us. And having a chance to find a convenient target, you've let yourself get carried away. And yet, I can see that the witness's taste for false words is also improving. I advise you to confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness.
Objection!
Your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty. You finally let yourself be who you really are. So if you continue to hide behind lies, you've just been fizzing your heart all over again. Does that mean you're admitting your guilt? Cue ball, geezer. Huh? Oh yeah, I did turn it off. Head case, but really? How did you know the show would be called off before the fire trick? Contract? What is she talking about? I mean, other than me, you obviously suspect me.
Objection!
I'm beginning to see the comic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case. Huh? Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. Second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim on the stage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. And that in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion. All seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance.
Lando!
After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports, I even browsed tabloids.
How very industrious of you! I'm impressed.
During this process, I learned about a strange practice favoured by the TV world. A practice called the hidden camera. Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed of this plan by Take-Two TV in advance.
Is that true?
It was all
a prank? Bonnie, is this really true?
So he was in on it too? What kind of prank is that? So I'm completely lost right now.
Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do.
What kind of sick joke is that?
Sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. The poor defendant was trying to do her magic show.
Yeah, sounds like just the kind of thing a guy like him come up with. Prank plan script added to court record.
But where does this all leave us? Who killed the victim, and when?
Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. Mr. Reyes was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as a part of the prank. And when he was on the stage, there would still be life within him. If that is the case, then Betty, who was also on the stage, may be excluded from a list of suspects. Witness, was the victim alive up until he entered the coffin?
Greetings, viewers. This is I, the great Mr. Reyes. We are currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play Little Prank on Trucy. About to hide in the coffin, where Trucy will stab with a rubber sword. When the coffin opens, oh ho, Beanit, acting as though I've met my maker.
Can you imagine the look on Juicy's face then? Oh, I can hardly wait. He's about to hide in the coffin. It would seem the friends of karmic destiny have led us to the truth. It appears that way, yes. In defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Reyes entered the coffin. Oh, so does that mean... Yes, it is horrible, but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right now on the stage. Went into the coffin where Mr. Reyes was hiding. Juicy right thrust her blade. So are you saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank? Could it be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand? So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank? Tell him, Juicy, you didn't know anything about it, right? Of course I didn't. I didn't know something about it. Still think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of evidence. Looks like some sort of note. I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. Likely done the same way as the contract. What's this? Get the video camera after Mr. Reyes comes tumbling out. There's a note signed by the accused, instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Reyes' video camera from him, it seems. I don't get it, it doesn't make any sense. There's about her signature, I'll give you that. Juicy's now added to the court record. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank. Oh, of course not. I didn't write your sign on it. Ah, but the handwriting matches yours. All of the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit. I didn't know it wasn't me. Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not? I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. Your silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Miss Wright, it is time to resign yourself to your fate. No, I didn't do it. Ha! I knew it! That sweet little looking girl, a murderer. She took all of us in with that actor first. Told ya! Knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start. Because waiting, Roger.
Shut up, you killer!
We won't fall for that anymore.
This is bad.
Well, yeah, damaging morale means someone's less willing to fight, which means if they're accused, they're less likely to come up with a rebuttal, which means that there's a possibility that the true culprit will run free.
Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling, and let us offer the victim's soul that society deserves.
Very well, I suppose I have no other choice. This court hereby finds the defendant, Trucy.
Objection!
The defense has an objection.
Pardon?
You, even now you would?
I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me, and Trucy, who's put all of her faith in me.
Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence with which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. Do we really have anything with Apollo? Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here.
Very well, Mr. Justice, you may proceed.
As we saw in the show footage, there's no question that the defendant thrust the sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show filled with tricks and illusions. You can't take everything we see at face value.
So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved?
Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now what was it Trucy told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin?
Very well, let us see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. You will be severely penalized if I find you bluffing.
Oh, that's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it's possible that the sword Miss Wright used was not the cause of death.
Take that!
What's this? The sword from the show?
That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the sword stand on the stage. Given the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword. And she told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did.
I see, so the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? Then why was a steel sword found lying on the stage?
Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell and the theatre was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the steel one.
Objection!
Do you not know when to give up, Stinkbug? That is not possible. Blood was found in the coffin hole the sword was thrust into. It was been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was a steel one.
Objection!
Hey mate, careful you don't cut yourself on your own sword.
And that blood could have been the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theatre. There's plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood now. If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then why exactly did he propose the victim was killed, given that Mr. Various was alive when he entered the coffin? Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial.
Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue.
Very well, Your Honor.
Yes, I saved it somehow. Of course for comfort, but still. Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I can advise the prosecution and the defense use this time to prepare. April 28th, District Court. Defendant lobby. 3. That was heavy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. Can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor's abnormality either. No way he says, let it go and move on, as if it's nothing. Let it go and move on, huh? Oh boy, am I interrupting the secret conclave of villains or something? Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everyone's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Juicy. Now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grand Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Juicy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of the Troop family? Go away, you creep. Oh, what's this? Something just charged in the frame. Looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Juicy's pet? I know I've changed it slightly, but... Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. What happened to the camera? Just disappeared right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show again. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. You called in some of Trucy's fans before purpose. Apollo? Nothing Mr. Edmonds just did. Just some high-level sleight of hand. Huh? How do you know how to do something like that? No way, but I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Oh, hello, Bunny. Can I help you with something? Well, there's something that's been bothering me. Really? What is it? Well, you see... Hey, dummy, what are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? Yep, definite Hibiki and Kanade Super Danganronpa another 2 vibes. I wonder what was bothering her. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright to us fine? Especially since, no doubt, Vettins is probably going to be riling the crowd up. So that they demoralize her. Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve too. Might not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now of all times. Get Trucy right and you'll be fine. There we go. Good luck up there on the stage. You'll do great. Alright, Justice, you can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. April 28th. District Court, courtroom 3? 6. I said 3 because... God, I keep forgetting which courtroom it is because it's a different lobby. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch, call it. Throw the murderer in jail. Last member of the criminal troop. We don't want to see you on any stage. Shut up! Order, this gallery will be quiet or we'll have you all thrown out on the spot. What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Vettins invited. What a grade A jerk. He's not going to psych us out. And I thought red-white was bad. Now then, Miss Wright, this court would like to know if you switch from the steel sword to a rubber one on the stage. So please testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict her already. Give her the death penalty. Yeah. Silence, all of you. I won't tell you again. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify? Juicy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Now Juicy's amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. True entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the true Grammy creed even now. She really is something else. And given the fact that Rettens was able to perform magic, I have a suspicion that he might be the real Mr. Reyes. Who else would hold a vendetta against the group, after all? Bravo, Miss Wright! Wow, she switched him in a flash! I couldn't see her do it at all! She's completely turned him around. Heckler's been drowned out by all the cheering. Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so no. So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain? Oh ho ho! Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right? That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. It looks like I'm not the only one. Don't know why it's doing there, but now that I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic. I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on the sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. No tricks or gimmicks, a very sharp sword indeed.
Hold it!
Please be careful, Miss Wright. I guess you're right. I'd better try not to interrupt her too much. Don't want to distract her or break her concentration.
Objection! Hold it!
So you switched swords when you spun around just now? That's right, it's the same way I do the trick in the actual magic show too. I'm also doing a lot of extra things I don't do during the show right now. Hey, prove that she switched them during the show. Oh, it's nothing. Uh-oh, this is quite a pickle. How should I go about handling this? Miss Wright, please continue with your trick.
Objection!
It's fine. There's something I'd like to confirm with you. What is it, Paul? There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you perform the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage. But that can't be. I performed exactly the same. Then what's going on here? It's right. I have the show footage right here. The part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it. So, it really is the exact moment you switch the swords. I knew it. Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused lie for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show? No. No, Your Honor, that wasn't my intention. I mean...
Objection!
Human memory is unreliable at best. Dude, fuck you. But in this case, I'm afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false. Now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of steel sword appears the coughing was her intention. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Reyes' death was not an accident but murder? I assume you have no objection to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense!
Objection!
The defense has an objection. You, Mr. Apollo Justice. But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something. I'm sure of it. Would the defense team kindly save their spat for until after court is adjourned? After all this debate, it seems to have come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank that would place the victim in the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage. Through her actions, I'm afraid I've come to see the true intentions of the accused. Murderous intentions. Such a shame. You're knee deep in it now, Justice. The people in this car are as toxic as some of them fandoms on Twitter. Excuse me. Let's say you are... Which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Bonnie? It's Bonnie. You're mixing the two names together, Your Honor. Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie? About what? Bonnie? Fuck off, Betty. like I said, this gallery is as toxic as the fandoms on Twitter. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if those were... the hecklers were the ones which Reddens hired. Because more often not when the person uses the term fans, it's the opposite. Touched my heart. Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess? What do you mean by that, Bonnie? I thought showing TV is really the same as watching. Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on the stage that day.
Objection!
On that stage yesterday. Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. Well, what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show? Well... You do? He did. To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was going to get rid of him.
Hold it!
Please submit that footage to the court. Now then, let's take a look at this new footage. Wow, okay then. He really did keep his cameraman Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting? Of course I do. Here's how comparing the two. We just might find inconsistency between them. Yes, the two pieces of footage are of the same scene, so they should match up. Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So if you can pick out what's different between the two... Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage. Very well, I will allow it. What a waste of time. No, I've never done it before. Okay, so how do I switch between the two videos? Thanks, Serena. You really know your stuff. What? Hey, sure, she gets one. Anyway, let's give it a try. She's seen him from something. Oh, that was probably what she was running from. Oh, that was... Oh, never mind, that's when the side piece fell. Is it when the card was...
Take that!
Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front.
Hey, you're right. What's going on here?
Miss Light, what can you tell us about these playing cards?
What?
Mr. Justice, does this mean...
Yes, it means that the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited? Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd.
Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. What a surprise that he comes at last.
It's you!
Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself if you start pointing fingers. And who might you be?
Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself now.
Here's my business card. Charmed to meet your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well, how very polite of you.
It's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Samadi. Please, take my card. A business card? Ah, yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lacking, homie, for example?
Oh-ho! You're from Take-Two TV, are you, witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before.
Yes, Roger Evans, otherwise known as the Ratings Roger. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He's best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby."
Oh my, so you're the Ratings Roger. Hang loose, Judgy baby. Nice costume you got here. God, I'm constantly changing my voice for him. Trying to find the mix between... Yeah, it'll come to me. But Prosecutor Sadmadi, how do you know so much about him?
In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Roger Goes to Boban of particular interest. It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine.
Who would have thought? You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Cause that line, woo!
Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern Burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in time.
Oh wait, I'm starting to say that in a Polish voice. Ahem! Prosecutor Sadmadi's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside. Mr. Vettens, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned? Oh, nothing. Just my existence. Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. The 3-long video, so I'll just show you the power of the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. Can you just say the part that was cut when Trucy switched the swords? Sorry, I'm the fault. She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Everything's like it should be. Supposed to be. And it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick. Which means the sword Mr. Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Mr. Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Reyes. What a surprise. Yeah, say that's the first misunderstanding right now. What do you mean? Wow, Trucy definitely did swap swords as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Reyes when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script? That's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? What after the dragon snap piece came crashing down? Why didn't I give this voice of Valent? The Valent. I say Trucy murdered Mr. Reyes when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. They could have easily done it behind that huge dragon, and nobody'd be the wiser.
I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion.
You bet, plus there's a suspicious looking shadow in the footage too. Toward the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. Might be easy to just see for yourselves. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. Next suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. Seriously wish I gave Valent this voice. Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way. This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. I'll be forgetting. And that the witness willfully edited the sword to switch out of the footage. You say? That's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? Same people testify on TV and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That will be fine with me, Prosecutor Sadmadi.
This is quite unexpected.
threatens to disrupt the comic course of this case.
Hey, line up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I gotta say. Promise.
Very well. However, if you do anything to impede last rites for the victim, I will have you removed.
All right, with Prosecutor Sadmadi's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Vettins.
Roger Vettins, the range Roger. Now Kaiser in the courtroom. Take it on the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. Ronnie's is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together, and longer boring scenes cut out. Our stations added footage this way. Wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence a particular scene was cut. Wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive right in that footage?
I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword-swapping scene was cut?
That's right. Glad you got the picture.
Objection!
Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient, if you ask me. Oh, an objection. How cool. It sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut. There, I got some good stuff now.
Mr. Vettins, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse.
Whoops, my bad, Judge.
If the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination.
No team motive for footage. The first party will pay all expenses for the magic show. The second party will confer a program broadcasting rights to the first party.
Objection!
Nope, damn it.
Objection!
Nope. God damn it.
Hold it!
What other scenes did you cut from this footage?
Huh? Oh, no others, I guess. You mean you only edited out the sword switching trick scene and nothing else? Don't you think it's too much of a stretch to claim that as a coincidence?
No matter how artificial you find the affair, stranger things have happened on their own. That is, unless you have something which to prove otherwise, Jess.
Well,
You have a valid criticism of Mr. Ritten's testimony, feel free to counter with evidence.
Which sure makes things easier if we had some. I think the defense team needs to be edited out of this trial. That's what they need. I have to clean up this footage later. He isn't really gonna put this on TV, is he?
So, first on everyone.
Hold it!
Really? I've never heard anybody say that. You got any idea what a snooze cruise it'd be to watch a magic show without editing? Magic show like that one, anyway.
With people like this in the industry, who needs enemies?
Anyone who'd go into the office would just want to kick him in the chin.
That sounds cool. Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching.
Hold it!
Are you saying you thought there was more boring scenes in Miss Wright's magic? You gotta ask, that script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor. Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I'd added the footage. It's just what a TV man does.
What didn't you like about the show exactly?
The whole thing. It was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you don't get it. The show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is. There's plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add the trash.
I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things. Just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and the testimony.
Exactly, whether it's showbiz or legalbiz. We do what we gotta do to get the job done. Anyway, editing footage is just a matter of course in the TV industry. All the stations edit footage this way. Wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get a distinct impression. Now you bear feelings of ill will towards the troop family. Huh? What makes you think that? The things that you yourself have said. You'll say, I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I prove those Grammy magicians are a bunch of lowlifes. And I also get the impression that you've felt this way for a long time.
Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, if I bear the defense no ill will, do not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout lawyer.
You bear me no ill will. Never felt me.
And yet it is the truth. I am only strict on you as it seems you have strayed from the path.
If you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Vertens, please continue your testimony.
Objection!
Nope, didn't think that'd work.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, big shot? Stop being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. And let me ask you this, why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You don't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell you, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it. Maybe you don't know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it.
Take that! Take that!
Nope. Top tier. That piece of evidence proves I'm a dumb ass.
Take that!
Nope. Like I said, proves I'm a top tier dumbass.
Take that!
Huh? What's that you got now? This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads: if, through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, The second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party.
$3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum.
I couldn't agree more. And of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Ettins had to sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it.
Conned her? How did you do that?
There's a trick to the clipboard. Was used. You said clipboard, as in cupboard. How's this carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents? Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, doesn't that mean I can't?
But $3 million? That's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Vettins.
Where's your proof linking me to that tricked up out clipboard? You don't have any, do you?
Objection!
You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster? I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now let's compare that signature to the one here on this contract.
Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same.
That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice, unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you can't Miss Wright. And they're definitely... Can we try that again? My, voice box switched off. And they definitively prove your malicious intent. Say, not bad, lawyer. I didn't know you had it in you. It's really getting interesting now. Get great ratings for sure. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Evans. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intent. Is that right?
What a false argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will toward Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed.
That's right. I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I've never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show, so I'd have absolutely no reason to bear any ill will, right?
You didn't bear any ill will, huh?
Bad chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. You'll say. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile.
Can't prove it of anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy aware of.
Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Ettins and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them.
Hidden?
Connection?
What is it now?
Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice?
It's futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it is just another one of the defense's feckless claims.
Objection!
You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me. Once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously.
Will I really? Very well then, do proceed. Can you fix something out, Apollo?
Nope, not a thing.
What? That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine chin.
He's Reyes. Why else would he have such a will? If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Vettins?
He's Trucy's biggest fan!
Not.
Vettins is a magician too. That sleight of hand trick Mr. Vettins did during the recess.
Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. What if Mr. Venton's a magician? Who?
What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me.
Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way.
The argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Crainism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey.
Yeah, don't matter what you say to a dimwit, he ain't gonna get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Vettins performing magic. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor?
The connection is tenuous as that is all it takes. And every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will toward the accused.
I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, shot stuff?
You would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters Mount Pompony. Pony. 3 days in the frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey.
Numbskull for numbskull!
Oh, this numbskull has thick skin, so now.
Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Granary. Oh? No way!
Is something wrong, Mr. Justice?
Your Honour, the defence wishes to submit evidence at this time.
I see. And what sort of evidence do you perhaps have for us?
Evidence that points to the real killer, the one who had a motive to commit this crime.
What?
And what have you come up with this time, defense?
Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Granary and its name. This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to that one person with a grudge against Miss Wright.
Take that!
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice?
13 years ago, the great Mr. Reyes belonged to Troop Granary. But then the troop ousted him, and Mr. Reyes vowed to get revenge on them someday. And what better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir?
But Mr. Reyes is the victim, Mr. Justice. You've named a dead man as your suspect.
But is he really dead?
What do you mean, is he really dead?
The fact that Mr. Reyes is the victim is what's throwing you off. Then how about we consider this possibility? What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Reyes? What? You mean the victim was an imposter? Oh shit, he's on to me!
Not Mr. Reyes, and what about the real Mr. Reyes?
What mean the real Mr. Reyes is still alive? In this case, it would have a double meaning. Mysterious or Mr. Roos.
That's absurd.
Mr. Justice, who's the real Mr. Reyes if not the victim in this case?
It's all coming together now. I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. This should explain everything, Your Honour. The real killer, the one who hated Troop Granary and wanted to sully its name, the magician lurking in the shadows who set up a fake Mr. Reyes in his stead, the real Mr. Reyes is Trucy Wright.
Mettens.
Take that!
But nuts!
Yes, yes it is. Roger Vettens. It's the real Mr. Ayers.
What?
Him?
Objection.
Oh, Holy Red Pepper, the impotent seeds sport naught but meaningless empty words. You can't possibly approve to support such an outlandish theory.
It's not a bad idea for a soap opera, but not even die-hard fans of the genre would stick around past the pilot. You want proof? Well, I've got proof. Can prove it by proving that the Mr. Ayers and yesterday's magic shows are fake. And to do that, I just need you to look at the spot on this poster.
Take that!
Nope. Oh, scars.
Take that!
This is the injury Mr. Ayers sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However, the video of the victim's shot of himself shows no trace of that injury.
Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Now, Mr. Vettens, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? Is that by any chance a nasty 13-year-old scar on that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Vettens, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court take it? Are you hiding something else up there? Come on now, I have nothing up my sleeve. Don't need to hide anything up now, because I require no tricks or gimmicks. But you see, the magic is the real deal. Got it. Is this what you want to hoping to see? This is my fault. That's right, I'm the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark understage of history. The great Mr. Ayers.
This... absurd.
Oh, how ironic, wouldn't you say? And this odious mark carved in me by Trip Grammary. But bring me back into the limelight once more.
Strange are the comic threads before me. The witness is the real Mr. Ayers, and who is the victim who perished in the magic show?
He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he'd become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Ayers. In confidence, I taught him my true identity and let him take on my mantle.
And when did this man take over for you?
About 2 years ago. Taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. And so a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight. Tried to steal my magic on the stage we call television. I'll be enjoying the show.
You really had us all fooled.
Mr. Vettens, or should I say, Mr. Ayers, in your hatred of Troop Grammary, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery. And this helped Miss Wright to take the fall, didn't you? You did all just to tarnish the Grammary name. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. Set up the prank, that much is true, but it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. And she learned the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of Grammary. But if it was a secret prank that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one to use it for murder instead? Ah! You... Just kidding. I think it was that. In my words, Lawyer Lad, 5 feet of draft from reality is slipping. I don't believe I told you that my magic is real. Employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough of the ambiguity. I think you can make your point already. My alibi is as pristine as ever. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Submarty?
Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi.
What?
Recall defense that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Rittens was at T2TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to.
So you forgot about that. Oh ho ho! So what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on the matter?
Yes, I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi. Mr. Reyes? Mr. Roos?
Very well then, on with the show. You watching Magnific Grammy? The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Grammy line will be no more. I was on a TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Don't ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is. Simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. You understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater in my presence until after the incident. So how could I have committed the murder? The staff did say he was there at the station, so it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi.
There's gotta be a hole somewhere in the story.
I assure you know no holes on Mr. Reyes' stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Do enjoy my show to the fullest. And my real alibi. Leave the fire to me, boy.
When I roast you in the pits of hell.
What? I was on the TV station and...
Hold it!
We did come to the theatre eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theatre. Let's see, my journey took about 10 minutes by car. Did he actually have been at the theatre during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? Oh ho ho! Allow me a stab at reading your... mind. Aha! Could I have been at the theatre during those 10 minutes killing the victim? How in the... But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest for that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word don't satisfy you. The driver's a big fan of Drayden's Roger. Even gave him my card. Gave the driver his card. That's way clever. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's act. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident.
Okay. So what?
Yeah, he's way too short.
Hold it!
What's this other TV show you're working on? My own special project, you say? One moment. Perhaps this is more focused. The Rain's Roger special production. Yeah, hang loose, baby. Called Desperation Regeneration. He switched personas just to say that. What's the show about? Washed up has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance in their career. Why surprise for chumps who washed up too early in life? Sounds great, right?
Why did I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? As the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity.
Let the Rain's Roger produce my TV debut. Not in this lifetime. Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of this program during the Penrose performance.
Hold it!
How do we know these staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I'll make it my business from solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets by my magic, could they not?
So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? Well, even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him. It's almost too good, you know? See how perfect it is.
That's all been revealed to you now? And there it is, simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just hold it.
I've got it. Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you?
Again with a twins business? You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row?
You do not believe him, Defense? Why not investigate for yourself? Though I'm sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twins thing is a little far-fetched. Ah! His alibi really is airtight.
I believe we've heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbour some ill will against the defendant, there is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident.
Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to be involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of your Honor's head.
It is?
The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo, treason before in prison, I won't be out of a job.
I told you, I have absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat.
Think just this, you have to figure this out.
It's no use. Can't find a single flaw. So now, ho ho ho! Behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mr. Waves, and stay for my grand illusion until the end of time.
Wait, is he saying that we're still trapped in some sort of illusion of his?
Could it be? You know what, Mr. Evans?
I guess we have all been spectators of the elaborate illusion you prepared for us. An illusion that subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see.
What are you going on about, lad?
Have you got something, Apollo? Just remembered something Tracy said about misdirection. What the magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Retton's magic, then maybe he made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If I reevaluate the validity of all those things, then just maybe. Athena, there's something uncanny about this case. Retton's alibi is too perfect. That's true, it's like it's impossible to break, no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. I'm not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi. Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirections. It's definitely a possibility.
Ahem! Would the defense care to share with everyone what is discussing over there?
Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak.
And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of?
What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theatre at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? Now in the case, Mr. Retton's perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection!
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appears to be the culprit's shadow in the
Objection!
footage.
Can we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit? Well, if it is not the culprit, then whose is it?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track.
You've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before you.
Even the magic show itself.
In that case, please point it out in the show footage for us.
Is it a thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit?
Take that! Objection! Objection! Take that!
shadow resembled a suspicious shadowy figure. Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? Miss Ryan, could you identify the shadow for the court? In other words, this second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Some other figure? I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. Right, we've come this far. I just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand. What is the second shadow shown in the footage?
Take that!
We consider what was happening on the stage at the time. There's only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Reyes. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery. The victim? Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Vettens? Indeed, and what of it? I contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up into the air. So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script said? Exactly, we just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, was a true piece de resistance, so the culprit's murderous magic trip school show. Don't tell me you've got it all figured out. Yeah, I think so. If we can just look beyond Mr. Vetton's last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up to the catwalk just like Mr. Hat, and hit the cushioning up there with considerable force. Just have to figure out what else happened up there at the time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly into the air like that? To murder him. Nope, didn't think that was. That would have been my last guess, but... Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die, when he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out how those two questions relate, the answer should become clear. Could it be... Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still just part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit only planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It's probably a knife or blade of some sort. What? You mean... Yes, there really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. And straight into a blade there in the catwalk. Yikes. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What? Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Vettens was at the time of death. Ah! But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up and into the blade and the cushion. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade.
Oh, then that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape.
The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up to the cushion.
I can't believe it. I had no idea. Told my Tracy would freak out if I made the set piece fall.
You were used, Bay. Roger Evans used you.
I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around.
The incident occurred when Mr. Vettins arrived at the theatre. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show? That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off.
As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die.
That's why it was you, Mr. Vettins, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proved your murderous intent.
Satura ima o mandomo samashi de tashi no ketare gaseo soroka!
Enough, you dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper.
You can't possibly have a counter-argument to make.
What about not knowing when it left?
Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Salmadi?
No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory.
But Mr. Vettins retrieved it after the fact.
Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder thing.
Are you saying this, magnificent family? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The family name is done for.
Apollo, we need to democratize a piece of evidence here.
I know, that's just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or do you not have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed?
Of course I do, Your Honor.
Right, so theoretically there should be no evidence for us to find or use, which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. It's gotta be something Vettins couldn't have foreseen. Once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Vettins, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. Part of the magic show and part of this show's original Bonnie's mistake. Bonnie made a mistake during Tracy's escape. Her life choices. Trying to remember. Yep, Mr. Hat was placed in the wrong spot. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of to the left. To the left, to the left. Which part of the culprit's cover attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? Fingerprints on the coffin? Ah, blood in the coffin hole. The blood was on the wrong side of the coffin too. The culprit swapped the coffin sides. That's right, the left and right panels of the coffins are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. No, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need. Sorry, Mr. Evans, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic is real. No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? Did he murder? You switched lanes, didn't you? Nope.
Take that!
Nope.
Take that!
Nope.
Take that!
The fingerprinting results. What about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? The victim was facing forward in the coffin. His prints should have looked like this. However, what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite natural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? Ah. It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script. The culprit thought Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin. And that Miss Wright would also pop up to the left of the coffin as per the show's script. Then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood in it was the other side opposite the one that Trucy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. Oh, and that's how the fingerprints in the coffin end up backwards. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side?
I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Jonah, because of a little something called luminol testing.
Ah, right, luminol. I almost forgot. Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood, even if it's been wiped away, right?
That's right, wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Rettens? Did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection!
Trudy right, could have done the same just as easy.
You have no proof that it was this witness who tampered with the evidence. But I do have proof.
What?
The person who was in the magic show would have never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all, Miss Wright, you surely would have remembered she was on the other side.
Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Why, you impudent! Sure you realise that by now, Prosecutor Salbari, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Really? Miss Wright, But I think you're the one with a ticket now for trying to convict an innocent girl.
Prosecutor Samadi, are you alright?
Yeah, he just got beat up by his Rosary. As for the true culprit, he's someone who knew how the show was supposed to go, but didn't actually see it. Someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Vettens.
Marie!
All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been cancelled. Permanently.
All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true real magic. There are no secrets revealed. Behold, ladies and gentlemen. Witness a magic far greater than true Grammarys. Burn. Crumble. Fall to my furious flames. The great Mr. Reyes will bring an end to you all. And now, for the fine letter to the Grammy name, right here, right now, you too shall burn. Huh? No, this isn't right. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? Curse you, Grammarly! Cuckoo. Curse those Grammys. You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnific Grammy, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifi, he took it all from me. But that's no excuse.
I get it now. That attitude toward magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician. Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you'd be on your way to prison as we speak. You see, so in the end, Troop Granby was defeated by the great Mysterious. Oh. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Tracy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take that, Granby, you lose! Anyone needs to learn to let go and move on, it's this guy.
Bailiff, take Mr. Vettins away and bring a fire extinguisher. Looks like we've reached the end. We as though have been watching a grand magic show.
That's close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Huh? Why does Susie look so down?
Miss Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer as I do? Now then, this court finds the defendant, Miss Tracy Wright, not guilty! God, this took longer than I thought. Court is adjourned.